Boom, pop the chat open. Just realized on Tuesday, didn't have the chat open, but that's okay. Okay, so let's check this out here. Here I have Ethereum popped open. So real quick analysis on Ethereum, and then I'm gonna run through some Forex stuff. But Ethereum, so looking pretty good. We have created a new higher low just in the last hourly close. Pretty good solid wick, tells me there's some buying pressure. Ideally, we'll head up a bit from here. However, you know, anything could happen. We could probably get some sideways action, some kind of upward sideways action over time. Some more like this. Maybe pop down to 1700. Ideally, I don't think that we come down this low, but I think we range under 2000 for a little bit. And then as soon as we break the high, which is back over here, 2040, where I have this green line, I anticipate us running up to 3000 pretty quickly. It's price discovery, so it's like, it's easy to say, yeah, there's no resistance, but I don't really foresee much resistance. So, yeah. Let's see. Got a few people on. As always, in the chat would be good, or of course with your voice would also be good to post up any questions, comments. If you want to see me analyze a specific chart, if you're looking at a chart yourself and you're like, hey, I want to see your opinion, by all means, let me know. So let's run back through it. Start running through some Forex pairs. First, we got DJ. I'm going to pull out, get my iPad ready to execute on any trades that are looking good. And made this trade, I don't even know. Was that Tuesday? I think it was. I'm being wrong on that. Yeah, it was Tuesday. So, okay. See what's going on right now. So on the hourly, we just had a really strong hourly close, looking really good. I don't know. Based off of this current candlestick, how it's forming, I don't want to buy right now, but it looks like we touched support here. So here would be support. Let me draw the line. Boom. Even though we wicked under, it's all about where it closes. You guys know that, though. We could also potentially say that we bounced off of this as support. So this whole level is like a little bit of a support range. If we take this line and we line it up with this high right here, we can see that the candlestick, the previous hourly closed above it. So now what we'd want to do to find a quick scalp is I want to see the 15-minute, at minimum the 5-minute close above the moving average here. Doesn't really look like that. Like 15-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute looks like it could bounce. 5-minute looks like it's about to head downward. So here's what I'll do is I'm going to set an alert. See how we hit resistance here. Boom. It was support. Resistance right now. So I'm going to go right here. Here's my alert. Ideally, close above. Ideally. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, 15-minute looks like it's about to head downward. But we have this trend line, so hopefully we keep it. So GJ, I don't see a trade right now. We got too many conflicting time frames. Okay, Euro versus the Aussie. Let's see here. 15-minute, 5-minute. Looking pretty good. Just got one trend line here. What's the hourly doing? Yeah, no trade zone for me as well. This previous 1 hour wick looks no bueno. So I kind of, before we get into buys, I want to see it go above here. And sells, what's the daily looking like? Yeah, we got 7 hours left on this daily, looks like. 7 and almost 8 hours left on this daily. And this looks like sells all day. Looks like the euro is going to be tanking, which means the Aussie's going up. See, what would I want to do to get into a short though? Opposite, you know, I want to close under this red line. 15 minutes looking, you know, decent. So same thing. Let's set an alert right here. So if it breaks either way, we can hop on there. Okay. UJ. Just kind of running through. I'm actually going to skip to silver and gold. Ooh, wow. Daily looking bearish. For those of you unfamiliar, bearish is basically means price going down. Bullish means price is going up. When I say it looks bearish, it means it looks like price is going to go down. Strong downward movement. Yeah. I don't want to enter into a short as of right this second. Here we go. My internet's slowing down for a second. Because we have this low here, and see how we approached it. So that would, to me, because we bounced up, right? We went up, came down, we bounced off of this level, went upward. So we're approaching this again. So potentially we could be bouncing here. It doesn't look like it based off of the higher time frames. Looks like we're just going to continue down. Been wrong before. I wouldn't want to get into a short though, honestly, until we break this 4-hour level here. So I'm setting an alert there as well. And then to get into a long, I want to break this high, be back above this support resistance level. Yeah, so all we got to do is cross it a little bit. Ooh. No, I didn't want that. Expiration time. Okay. Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to move this one up here because really we got to break this low for me to feel like got to get out. Just relaxing. Okay. Well, let's see. UJ. Oh, we just had a 15-minute close. Look at that strong close. That's going to be continuation for sure. Honestly, UJ is looking pretty good here. This 15-minute close is strong. 4-hour looks like it could just continue upward. Looks like we'll at least have a wick fill. Boom. But that's a time. That's not like a big movement. We got 9 pips. Nothing crazy. Wick fill, really quick, just a brief thing. When you get a strong bounce off of support or resistance, so I'd say like here, you know, these wicks, one because they bounced up here, bounced up right here, and then there was resistance here because we came down, bounced, you know, down. See, that's a level right here as well. Play with that level. So when you get a strong bounce and you get a candle that's moving, in this case upward, it can also work in resistance type where you get a bearish wick fill. If you get a strong wick, just like this one, it's going to get filled 9 times out of 10. Especially in this case where even though the price didn't stay above, it totally crossed this candle here, right? This is a level because that's the, you know, the beginning of the strong bearish movement. So this strong bearish movement happened to only be one candle, but just because we were able to cross it even for a second, it got rid of a bunch of sell orders up here. Just the price going up got rid of a bunch of sell orders, which makes it so that level is weaker. So I would intend for the price to go up here. And if we close above that, to me, we'll go higher. And that's kind of where I'd want to look for a trade here on UJ. But basically what I want to see, I'm already feeling good. Down here on the 5 minute for a good scalp, I want to see us come down, retest the moving average. Potentially higher. Like if we could bust through that and then retest that line, that would also be a good trade. Yeah. Let's see here. Euro JPY. Yeah, I'm not seeing any trades that are like, yo, it's time to jump in, but they're loading. Wait, on UJ, did I set any alerts? No, because I like to do that. I like to set alerts because if I'm going through other charts, but sometimes I get my alerts like they all happen at the same time. So it's like, pick one. Okay. So I'm setting this if we touch this line here. I want to see what's doing there. And then honestly, if we come down right here, we touch this level. Okay, I'm setting the alert right here because you can see how this is resistance. Wick down, wick down, wick down, wick down. Then we bust through. So if we come down here, test this level, that would also be a retest of this red line here, which is powerful to me. So, okay. Moving on. Now, I am not doing this whole do as I say, not as I do thing because the live streams, I like to, I want to find trades for everybody, for all of us. I want to get something in. As a coach, I have all these pairs. I've said it multiple times for people that have been on before, but I have all these different pairs because other people that I coach trade different pairs. And then also going through, I can, it's easier to find a trade because if there's not one on one pair or the other, it might be on a different one. So ideally, and in the best situation, when you're trading, you're not looking at more than like three, I would say five at very most, very, very most, but your list right here is very, very minimal. And so I have all my currency pairs here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And then I have gold and silver. And then I have the rest are just crypto. Except I have US 30. I don't need that. Someone was telling me about it. Most of these cryptos are coins that I am bought into, more of a swing trade type deal, not day trading them. But yeah, these are the main pairs that I trade. USD CHF not so much. Actually, it's fun, but I don't really trade that as much anymore. GJ is number 1, Euro odd number 2, so I have them basically in order. But yes, so Zach says in the chat, I think that was overwhelming me. Was analyzing like 25 pairs twice a day or more. Yeah, no, like I said, that right there will make a massive shift in your trading. See, as humans, we can only really make so many good decisions. We can only make so many decisions. Yeah, I guess we could say good decisions. You could make plenty of decisions, but good decisions, powerful, analyzed decisions. We only have so many in each day, and then our brain just starts to kind of wear out, fry. So especially with trading, you have your at most 5 pairs, like at very, very, very most. So I can't stress enough. Don't do what I do. I'm a coach. Okay. If you guys start coaching, then you'll probably start doing this. You'll probably have all these pairs to look at. But until that point, do yourself a favor and only analyze like 3 to 5. And when you do that, you will, I guess first thing is if you are analyzing those 5 pairs and you don't see a trade, that's fine. Go do something else. It's a mindset thing. We as humans, most humans in this modern day society with school. I can only really talk about coming from the U.S. So I know we have a few people not from the U.S. and I can only talk about the U.S. But in U.S. schools, it's put into your mind in the jobs that we have that you have to constantly be doing something to be progressing. And especially with jobs, apparently you have to be doing something to make money. And so when we're switching that mindset to a trading mindset, it's easy to take that over and feel like, well, I analyze these few charts, nothing's happening, I'm not making trades. Well, dang, I'm not making money. What the heck? Like, and feel like we need to overdo it and keep working to make money. When in reality, a good trader, you'll actually take a break and know when not to trade. And you'll analyze the charts and say, hey, there's no trades going on, I'm going to go do something else. Like me, I'm 5 minutes from the beach. I'm going to go to the beach, or I have plenty of other stuff I can work on. So, yeah, definitely a huge part of trading. Huge part of being a successful trader is knowing when not to trade. So, if I'm to recommend pairs, I like GJ. Honestly, in this order, I would even say more like that. This order are probably my kind of my go-to trading pairs. So, and I don't know, I would add silver and gold when they're moving. When they're not moving, I don't touch them until I get to the levels that I'm looking for. So anyway, pro tip, like I said, I'm a horrible example. I have to repeat because I very much hate's a strong word. I really dislike hypocrisy. I don't like hypocrites. And so it's hard for me to be like, yo, don't do this, and then I'm doing it, right? But I have to emphasize it's because people will tell me, like on live streams or while I'm coaching them, like, hey, what do you think is happening with this pair? So I'll hurry and put it on my list so I can check it out. Also connects amazing to what I wrote, the meditations sub channel. Zach says, okay, I'm gonna check that out. I did see you posted, but I have not read it yet. Well, let's do that right now. Got on my screen. So those who have discovered what is called enlightenment is actually real, actually exists, and is not a religion or belief. The early reaction is, I must do everything I can to achieve this. However, this is a mistake in practice. The act of trying is playing into yet another belief and state of enlightenment. Yes, this goes perfectly with what I was just saying. Or flow to the perpetual zone is freedom from belief. Once you feel the terrible burden of believing, you can then release it and freedom is born. Right there. Right there. That get rid of that feeling of with trading of I feel like I need to be doing something. I believe I should be doing something, right? Get rid of that. Once you feel the terrible burden of believing, you can then release it. Freedom is born. It's not won, it's not earned. For all beings deserve this no matter what. It blossoms. They say when happiness shows up, give it a comfortable seat. And the same can be said of enlightenment. Allow your mind to be fertile ground for peace. No, fertile ground for peace. When you see a thought, don't respond to it. Meditation can be devoted to observing thought instead of fighting it. One can continue, but this should be enough to chew on for a while. I love this. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much for sharing. Ooh, yes, I love that. That does go perfectly. And actually, with enlightenment, part of the whole idea of gaining enlightenment in Hinduism and Buddhism, they talk about how the pure desire, the actual desire for wanting enlightenment or desire for enlightenment will keep you from achieving it. So, yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, desire is an interesting thing, isn't it? It's a tough thing. Like desire, why do we do anything? Because we want. Why do we want? Because we feel like we have to be something or someone. Because most of the time, because society or our parents or our friends or whoever, the way they live their life makes us feel like we got to live our lives a certain way. So we want to fit in, right? But I I gained so much happiness, so much joy and bliss consistently when I stopped trying to be something or achieve something, or, do something to that I thought was the best way to achieve what I wanted. Um, and I just started doing things because I wanted to be happy. It's interesting that when I started like going for happiness, um, I made more money and I did better in all things. I had better relationships, all of it. So, and money is nothing. Like money doesn't matter. Money comes, money goes, money comes back again. And it's all about doing the things that like are fun, that bring you joy. Looks like we just got an alert on silver. Oh, look at that. We're tanking. Okay, cool. So in this case, I want to look for an entry. Um, I'm kind of watching the 1 minute, but love it. So we just blew past this support line, right? Which would be flipped to resistance now. Um, let's see here. Yeah, about to cross under. So this is the next level that we're kind of testing. And to me, we're bearish territory. Honestly, I can't really say that until we cross here. But either way, let's add another line. Zach says, so excited to be learning. Thank you. I'm actually learning. I learned so much. Honestly, just that post that you made, like, so beautiful. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I love the community of this. Like, community's gonna keep growing. I've got ads out now, announcing advertising the group and stuff. So the community is just gonna grow a lot. I recently hired an assistant so I can be more places, get more done, and so it's just gonna grow. And I'm most excited about that because my end goal, my day to day, like why I do this, like why I live stream, why, because I'm free, I'm completely totally free, and I it is the best feeling. It's the best feeling. Um, I do what I want, where I want, when I want, and I think that everyone deserves that. Just like in this post here, where is it at? All beings deserve this, no matter what. Freedom. All beings deserve freedom, and I agree with that. But not very many uh, yet know how to achieve it. And so trading is not the only avenue. Many people can gain freedom from trading or from other things other than trading. But trading, to me, why it is so awesome in assisting to bring about freedom. Like most people want to trade because like, oh, I want to be financially free. I want to just make tons of money, and that happens. That can happen, but that only happens when you realize that the biggest part of trading to make you successful is the self mastery, is mastering your mindset, you mastering your emotions, and that's true freedom. Discipline, really, really going in on meditation is one huge one for me, and watching those thoughts, those subconscious beliefs come up here and there, um, and shifting them, and shifting your subconscious to be something that works for you instead of against you. um, yeah, that so that's why I do this. That's why I do this. I'm solidifying some things with my brand and the course and all that, to be more automated. And the next thing to come out, my next big piece of, I think it'll be a course, but it'll be a full subconscious reprogramming course. And so I've already kind of got some stuff in the works, but I'm not putting a date on that. I don't know how long that'll take because I want it to be perfect. So that's why I do it. Yep. So it looks like we got a bounce here. Remember, I was like, oh, I'm gonna look for my short, but Yeah, we're getting a strong bounce here. So that's good. Yeah, I honestly, like, thinking back, I wouldn't really short until we closed below this lower line here. So we'll see. We're on a 5 minute with us bouncing. Like, what I would want to see for us to be bearish is us to come back up and bounce off of, like, right here. We can see here and here is a level. So taking my lines. So yeah, maybe we bounce off here, which would also kind of be lining up with this red moving average, which would be really good. So we'll see what happens at that point. In the meantime, ooh, Euro versus Japanese yen. Yeah, it's not a short. I was thinking maybe for a minute. Daily, 4 hour. Okay, could be bouncing here, maybe. Yeah, I'm not really seeing many trades. So here's a great example of what we were talking about earlier. Of, like, I'm not gonna jump in. Like, I'd love to just, like, pop in right now um and just see, but, or, like, make some quick money and, like, yo, like, let's all. But, I'm not gonna force anything. Zach says, wondering about stochastic. Looks like just another RSI. Yeah, so actually right here, what I have is, so I use the Bollinger Bands, right? And so I have this oscillator that I've been looking at I've been kind of like testing it now for a couple months, and I've left it. Usually if I test something, I don't like it, I'll get rid of it in a week or two. But yeah, this has been decent. Those of you that know about trading and have messed with an RSI or stochastic, um, it's good to kind of, it basically just tells you if something's overbought or oversold. So what this one is directly correlated with the Bollinger Bands. It's just percent B. So up here, when you're adding a new indicator, just search percent B, and that's what it is right there. And I just use everything stock because it's going exactly the same settings. See, 20 close 2, 20 close 2, same settings as the Bollinger Bands. And this is also kind of volume, but tells me if something's overbought or oversold. And look at, if we're under the zero here, like in this case, we're on the 4 hour. Look at how right under on the very bottom, that was a good buy opportunity. Went up. It's not always exact. Yes, just more Bollinger, exactly. So this one was lower, but you see how when it was lower, perfect opportunity to buy. Um, it's not my 100% decision maker, but it's like, if that's just another thing we cross off the list, or add to the list of why we're getting into a trade, like, why not have another reason? So I find this works just because I use the Bollinger Bands, like, it works the same as like an RSI. Um, but yeah. So, an RSI bounce off of the 50 line, that's a really good technique. And I find you can use this as well here, but yeah, still kind of more looking at price action. So just to show you a little bit of what I see going on right now. So we had this strong movement upward, and see, we got the red moving average here. Let me write this up. Here we go. The bullish, or the buyers, the bullish price action is stronger than the bearish. So what I want to, yeah, a couple things that I see. So we have the last two major bullish candles, this one and this one. This is on a 4 hour chart. Um, we were able to overtake this one. This candlestick body is a lot bigger, so a lot more volume, a lot stronger. So that tells us that, at least for this candlestick, or in the, time right now, or in this time period, the bears or the sellers are in control. This was another reason. See, the price was pushed up a bit and then pushed back down. So strong wick telling us a lot of selling action. But if we look here, the next level that we have to overtake is going to be the bottom of this level, which also just so happens to be a support line that we have, drawn right here. So see how that basically lines up. This wick right here lines up almost perfectly with the bottom of this candle body. I should be wearing my glasses. By the way, blue blocker glasses. Look them up. Get them. Protect your eyes. Protect yourself. They're on Amazon. If you don't have Amazon, whatever you use to buy things online, definitely they're everywhere. Just don't Google it. DuckDuckGo it. Google is evil. I don't use Google. Okay, actually, I use Google Maps. I'm sorry. That's the last Google thing I use. And Gmail. Dang it. Okay, I do use Google. I need to phase it out. But I don't use Google search. Anyway, okay, what I see is how we have to overtake this level. And look at how when this candlestick approaches this wick here, approach the bottom of this candlestick, a lot of buying pressure, right? And look how the candles are weakening. So I can't say much, like we have 3 hours left in this 4 hour. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. Yeah, so here's that same movement. So I would ideally anticipate a bounce here, but I see how like I said, bulls are in control, so the buyers are in control, and just because the movement or the strength of the bullish movement is so far stronger than the bearish movement overall. And then here's like that big movement here. We had that big candle, and here's where that wick tried to approach the bottom of that. Now we could, and actually if we look, bullish movement, bearish movement, right? And then bullish movement, bearish. Well, this bearish movement just overtook this mini bullish movement. And we're also under the moving average now. So that totally could mean that we're switching trend. So none of our other alerts got hit yet. We're still on this sideways thing. Euro odd maybe getting a short loading here, but still not in a position where we want to jump in. Yeah, and I'm actually going to move this up here because we could get in that earlier. Yeah. Euro USD. I don't see much. Let's see about crypto. Analyze some Bitcoin. Here's another example of, so I'm on a 4 hour candle. Weakness in the bearish movement or attempt to push the price down. So strong bullish, right? Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, stronger than this. I mean, this little mini bearish movement. And then these bearish candles right here have so far been pretty weak. When we get multiple, if the price doesn't start to get pushed up, then we shall see. Let's see. Yeah, if the price doesn't get pushed up here, then, sorry, I got distracted by that text. Then I would anticipate for us to come down and test this line here on the 4 hour, which could be like 56 level. Even then, actually, the first level for us to test is right here. So let me draw that. Let's do a horizontal array. That's the first level for us to test on Bitcoin. It looks like we're slowly kind of getting there, just because, look, that was down here, bounce off that. So this level would be support. Right here, bounce down, so resistance, support, right? So this could be flipped. And yeah, I would want to see that. Ideally, we could get a strong wick. Remember, it's a range, so it's not going to be exact. But ideally, what I see happening with Bitcoin, what I anticipate, is a little bit more down, maybe. And then from there, we head upward. Now, that's number one, option number one that I see happening. And all crypto markets are going to follow Bitcoin for the most part. For now, nothing has really, like Ethereum's the main one that I'm waiting for it to separate from Bitcoin, but hasn't done it quite yet. I think that's loading. I think that's happening soon. So far, so good. I'd like to see some more bullish action. I was anticipating a little bit higher, but if you also see, everything is support and resistance, support and resistance. I was anticipating a little bit higher before we started to come down again, but last night we bounced down a little bit right there, and it's clearly level. If we look back here, lost my internet connection, I think, for a second, but we are back. Sorry about that. Okay, let me share my screen again. As I was saying, you see here last night we bounced down. So I would anticipate, or we could have anticipated this. I didn't. I actually was hoping for some higher movement, but it's okay. Sideways movement, like all this sideways stuff, to me is good accumulation. It's kind of boring price action, right? Like, obviously, we're on a daily chart. Obviously, all of us want to see more of this. But the longer that we have more of this sideways stuff, multiple days, we haven't been doing much. Longer we see this, the stronger the move. So yeah, I'm patient. Like, as a trader, I don't really care. Like, we could be here for the next 6, 8 months, a year, 2 years, just doing nothing, staying sideways, and I don't care. It's all good. There's always something else to trade. And another thing too, with trading, there's always opportunity, always. So never feel like you never miss out. You might miss out on one trade, but I love it. Someone just texted me and said something about morning, and then corrected himself and said rising. So grand rising. We're morning. Good morning. What are we mourning? What? It's a happy. We're happy to be alive. It's a joyful experience. Why are we trying to tell someone to mourn it? Have a good time mourning. Get out of here. Grand rising. Oh, I gotta pop the chat back up because it's disappeared. So I'm kind of chilling right now. Not much going on here. Honestly, in all the markets, very still. I don't know about the stock market. I don't really trade stocks, but sometime soon on a live stream, I'm gonna get my boy, my co-pilot with the group, the trading group. He does all the stocks. So he's my boy Tony, and yeah, just recently put his 2 weeks in. I think this week will be his last week working. So unfortunately, he just lost his dog. Sad day, just the other day. So I have to look up something really fast. Hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing. Gotta text someone something. In the meantime, while we're kind of waiting for something to happen in the markets, does anyone have any questions about anything? Does anyone want a chart that I have not analyzed? Does anyone have a comment? You want to talk about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness? It's okay if not. All I'm doing is I'm in another browser looking something up really fast. Walk through when I'll jump in. Yeah, we could totally do that. Let me get this thing really quick. Getting this link. Okay. Mia, could you do me a huge favor? Could you send, whoa. Could you send the thing I just texted you to him right here? Okay. So when and why would I get in? Let's do that. Okay. Let's go to one that I'm kind of waiting on that I just analyzed earlier. So, okay, we're looking at UJ here, looking overall bullish on the daily. So in this case, what I'm looking for is, I will say we're overall, I mean, we've been sideways here, but in an uptrend. This chop, this sideways stuff is what can kill people's dreams and their accounts. So to me, this is a no trade zone. Oh, sorry, Ruth, were you about to say something? If not, all good. Anyway, so this is all kind of a no trade zone until we break up one way or the other. With this being a range though, also, or like a channel, I call this, you can also see opportunity here to trade. You wouldn't really, and what I mean is like, we can see how it's kind of staying between these two lines, right? So technically, based off of results, I don't know, you wouldn't really see it until like, I don't know, kind of this one, and then here, really until this here, I don't know, even this one. So you got, after these 2 or 3 levels, and then we touch this level here, that's when you can draw this channel. And as soon as you get this bounce, you could potentially have bought and then, put your sell up here, because based off of the last, 1, 2, 3, 4 times that we touched this level, we bounce back downward. So you could have bought, and then as soon as we hit it, you got into a short sell, and then that's your target, that's your level there. And so right there is one technique. That's more of a scalping technique, and that's 40 pips there. And so you can see how when you finally can draw it really at this level here, that's 1, 2, potentially, and then this would have probably stopped you out. So like 2 or 3 trades if you caught it right. For me, no trade zone. I like to trade the trending markets. I like to just kind of get that sure thing. So in this case, what I'm looking at, if I were to jump in this trade, I need to see us break one of these levels. So, or we're going to bounce down. You see, I put the alert for right here. This price action tells me there's a chance that we could totally bounce upward. On the higher time frames, let's see here. Yeah, like higher time frames and stuff look like it's a good potential that we could keep going up and bust through finally. And the more a level is tested, the weaker it gets. So the more likely we are to break through it. Yeah, I kind of want to see that happen. So if we come down here, if we break through here, then that tells me we're probably going to go back down to this level. And so that could be a potential trade. And so as soon as we bust through there, and I have this level specifically because it was resistance here and a little bit of support back here. And also back here was resistance. So as soon as we bust through that, that tells me we'll probably go back lower. So what I'll then do is go to a lower time frame, probably the 5-minute. And yeah, see on the 5-minute, that's where we drew it. I remember now. As soon as we're below this moving average, I'll get into a sell, really. And sometimes I like to wait for the bounce, but what I want to see to get in, I want to find an example of like a good sell. These are all just like tanking, so I don't see like a good like. Okay, here's a decent example. When we break under right here, when we see this happen here, it's a strong close under. To me, this could be a good sign to get in, and then I would sell after this. Honestly, right after this candle, because the bands are kind of tight. See how the green lines are close to each other, whereas over here they're farther apart. That tells us that there's more potential for a higher, a stronger, a bigger move. And we've had this sideways stuff going on. So this is a bounce off the band, tells us we're probably going down. We get that close under this moving average, under the red line we sell, above the red line we buy. And this is a strong candle. So what I would have seen if I was watching the chart at this time, uh, could have seen this, and I would have put my stop loss above the last high, right? Because I want to put my stop loss where the trade would be invalidated, okay? So and that would mean that we have to go make a higher high, right? We hit resistance, means we're going low, so we have to break through that resistance to tell us that the trade's wrong. So stop loss up here, and yeah, in this case, would have been like faked out for a second, maybe thinking like, oh, we need to watch it. But that's where it's like super imperative to always keep your stop loss and let your trade play out. That's another thing, another mistake that I used to make. So for those that used to make a lot, so for those of you that are going, through the course, have been trading consistently, when you plan your trade out, let it play out every time. Like, let that exactly have faith. Let it play out. Let it happen. Yes, ma'am. Of course I can. Plan your trade your plan. Because if you see in this specific case where as soon as this broke above, we could say, remember I said above the red line we buy, below we sell. Well, when this broke above and closed above, I mean, that could have been like, oh, dang, I got to get out. But if you would have just kept your trade going, you would have been really profitable. So here, anyways, I would have got in there, put my stop loss here, let that play out. And then for me, as soon as I see this candle, I'm out, totally out. And reason being, because that's a strong wick. Honestly, yeah, this one right here. That's what I'm getting out. I might wait a little bit until I get the first. Really, it's the first bullish candle is the best time to get out when you're in a short. So I probably would have seen this and then gotten out, for sure by this. So it kind of just depends on what I'm thinking, because then I don't want to switch to the 1 minute. If I would have seen this, I would have gone to the 1 minute chart and then seen what was happening. But yeah, I would have been out right here. So that would have been a quick trade, probably what, 10 pips or something. Yeah, 6, 7 pips. But so a small trade, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for is a bounce off the top band, price action telling us it's time to get in. You see we got engulfing candles here, meaning the bodies of the bearish candles are now bigger than the bullish ones. See right here, this one's bigger. Here's another bullish candle, but this one was bigger. And then we closed under. So yeah, don't really see. Yeah, no, usually like I'm showing this on a lower time frame. Uh, so I do go for the higher pip count for sure. That pattern that I just showed you, like I'd probably be going for like the 1 or 4 hour and look for that same thing on that time frame. So like here, for instance, um, right here is a good close below. And I would have seen this and probably jumped in because of how strong that was, put my stop loss above, and then I'm getting out. Let's see, it's easy. We have this drawn here, this level here. Okay, cool. So I could have seen this, and I would have totally had this line here. So as soon as we had that line, I probably would have had that as my target. But if I'm, watching it, I see that wick and then I'm getting out. And right there that's probably still only like a 30 pip move. Yeah, still only like a 30 pip move. But like I said, that's where I like to go for the big moves. So something like this, let me show another time where another trade where I'll get in. So I analyze, I see that we're in an uptrend, probably drew the support and resistance based off of, do we have anything? It's got to be on the daily then. Yeah, so I'm looking at this line. Okay, so we see it bounced here, here as well. So let's come back. Let's go to hourly. Okay, so I'm kind of showing you in a range, like I was saying, to come back. Yeah, smaller moves aren't beneath. When I'm scalping, if I can get like 3 or 4 10 pip moves, like that's a decent day. 80 pips, 80 plus pips isn't like every single trade for sure, but maybe half the time I'm like 50 pips and above on a movement. Um, so if you guys don't know what pips are in the intro course or in the full course, I think there's only like 1 or 2 people in here that uh, might not be in the course yet. So another thing I would look for, what my favorite thing to do is to find these kind of trends before they happen. Spongy, what's up, dude? So glad you got in. Good to see you, brother. But yeah, my forte is it took you a month to even ask the right questions. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. So once you kind of get in, like start to ask some things, then you start to get a little bit better at it. But okay, so what I like to do is find these strong moves before they happen. And the best way to do that is price action. So in this case, I'm looking at hourly. Let's look at what we see before. I want to rewind on different. Since we're not getting any trades, it's just good to run through. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see what the 4 hour shows us. Okay, so we had drawn this line because of way back in the past. If everyone's doing good and learning. Yeah, I'm learning. I've learned today. I'm learning every day. Always doing well. Appreciate the well wishes. So we can see that we're clearly in an uptrend, and trend is your friend. So follow it all the time, right? Um, in this case, what we want to do when we're in the uptrend, of course, as long as we're above this red line, the moving average, then we buy. And if we're below, we sell. So this right here was an example of where it closed down below. And um, we would definitely not have gotten into any buys here. Not that's for sure. That's for sure. But as soon as we bust back above, we close above. Then we're gonna start to look for our chance to get in. And for me, this is a classic movement to buy when we get the bounce off of this median, off of this moving average. You see that we're also the bands are pretty tight compared to where they were spread out in the past multiple times. And let's see here. So I probably would have kind of waited until we closed above this line to really like look for that trade. But we clearly did. We closed super strong above it. I would have seen this candlestick closing outside of the band that tells us that continuation is very likely. This bounce off of the band, this bounce off of the band, like all reasons for me to buy. And maybe could have caught a little bit of a long, but for me, when I see these resistance lines, I still kind of wait until we break above them. So let's do a 5 minute, and that's us breaking above the line. Oh, see, that's beautiful. As soon as we bust through the line, and I get a retest. What's up, girl? I'm good now. I'm good for a little while. Does it reach? Oh, you can't. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry. So we bust above, and then as soon as we break above, I like to wait for that retest. So now remember when we're looking at the hourly, uh, that's not giving us any type of retest of this moving line here, right? That is completely hugging the outside band. So because of that, I like to go to the lower time frames, like usually 15, maybe 5 minutes to kind of see if that retest is happening. So here we broke above, and then see how we got that retest not only of this would be support line now was resistance, but it was also the moving average. Remember, support resistance is a range, never an exact. So we retested that. And then for me, I don't really see the signal until that little candle here. See that wick telling us like these to me, see this candle is stronger than this one. So that's like I don't know, it might not bounce. But as soon as we get that little bit of a wick off of this band, I'm in. So I would have seen that. If not this one, for sure, this one I'm buying. And then I'm going to ride that trend the whole way. Okay. So uh, I more would be trading this off of the higher time frames, and the daily, it's not showing us the same move. This is the little break above. looked a lot different. So let's see, let's close this out. Okay, that's current. Oh yeah, no, that's the same movement. This is the sideways that's been going on. So this was a bust above. See how different it looks on the daily? But yeah, totally. And then if let me find it again. Ooh. Oh, dang it. I just deleted my Bollinger Bands. Oh well, I'll bring it back. What one were we looking? I think was it this line that we were looking to go above? Oh, I don't like when I do that.
You can't hit undo.
Nope, there's no undo button. Okay, it was this one right here. We found it. So bust above, retest, and then this whole movement right here is a lot larger. So this is like something you hold on for a few days. You see how this is like a 180 pip move. So alert on UJ. Let's check it out. Oh, that's what we're already charting. We just got our alert. Nice, like how we get that alert on the chart that we're. Yeah, the biggest trades will be, swing trades. So I scalp, get the smaller moves on the live streams, but yeah, bigger trades, the better trades are always swing trades, in my opinion. Used to be a full-time scalper, uh, but I find that just with coaching and stuff that I like to just make trades, let them play out for a few days. Cool. So we did just break under, and yeah, looking potentially like it's gonna head down back to this line here. I just still not really seeing like the price action to jump in. Yeah, we closed under, but okay. So in the 1 minute, I would want to maybe wait for like a little bit of a retest. When scalping, I will look at the 1 minute chart. So let's see if we can get something. But we set all those alerts, and this is the only chart, so we might not even be making a trade on this one, and it's okay. Actually, what time is it in? Oh, it's 10:05. Yeah, so New York Open already happened 35 minutes ago. Yeah, look how we're bouncing a bit. Did you send that to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're so tight. Texting. Okay, we're just gonna keep watching UJ. It is tanking, man. It's going. Want to wait for that entry, at least on the 1 minute, but we might not get our beautiful entry. So this is like that perfect example. But now I'm just looking at all these levels where it could bounce, and it's just still, like I said, this is sideways, no trade zone for me. So normally I don't really mess with this, but I'm trying to see if we can see one. See if we zoom out a bit, like yeah, on the 5 minute we busted down, we're under, right? We look for that short, but a couple things, look at how we're approaching the bottom, and look at last time we were at the bottom, strong bounce, right? So that's like I don't want to short that. We go out to the higher time frame on the 15 minute. We're just testing this red line here, so we could totally bounce right here. 30 minute, same thing. Like we could just be moving down, and we could bounce right here as well, right? So I want to wait for that perfect opportunity. Look at that. So usually these wicks do get filled, but it looks like, well, okay, never mind. I thought I was looking at a shorter time frame. See, we're on a 4 hour. Like we could look at this, be like, oh, it's gonna head down, but you never make a decision on a candle that's still open, ever. definitely just went into trades. This last one just because I felt I had to. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's a job thing, you know? It's like those 9 to 5s, that's what they train you to do. It's you gotta feel like you're doing something. School trains you to do that. You gotta feel like you're doing something all the time. And yeah, I've done and a lot. I've done really well from not doing. Yeah. Yeah. Meditation meditation is the biggest teacher of that. Woo. And look at that, getting a strong bounce. So good thing that we didn't hop in a short. Let's go back to the 5 minute, see what it looks like. Yeah, see, look, strong bounce so far. Got 55 seconds left in this close. By the way, this is powerful to have on your chart. So here in TradingView, if you right click or on a Windows computer, or if you're on a Mac, you double click. If you go to settings and where is it? Settings, I think it's scales. Yep, scales. And you do countdown to bar close. That'll give you that time here. So went too hard on vacation this week. Yeah, that's good. I actually didn't trade Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I took 3 days off. And then I did trade again Tuesday morning for the live stream. Didn't trade after the live stream on Tuesday. Didn't trade yesterday. And then here I'm trading today. It's a lot less trading than what I usually do. I've just had other things that I have been doing. So recently redid my intro course. That's exciting. But I'm going all in on this group. I have, so let me share the full screen here. You guys are already, all of you are already in the group. But that's okay, we're sharing it. Yeah, I'm going all in on the group. I've got articles about crypto. I'm gonna get some more stock articles, forex stuff. Yeah, I'm going all in on that. It just makes it the most sense for me to. I was coaching, and I'll still coach. So here and there, I think, but I think that I can provide the most value since my audience has grown. I can provide the most value in a group setting. So I'm gonna go all in on this Discord for a little while. And yeah, I want to have some traders that can. I have some people that I'm eyeing that I've had been coaching since last year. So some up and coming people. That's always growing. So I will say to everyone in here, when it comes to opportunity of our group, of the Discord group, it's going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to provide value, but what I really need most is some more good traders that can, help out. So anyway, I have some day trading crypto stocks to be boring. Yeah, stocks are super boring. I agree. Same thing. I like just when crypto's running, it's a lot more fun. But there will be a point where crypto will stop running, and I'm gonna just go right back to forex because and not really touch crypto for a little while. Just because when the bear market happens, I'm pretty scarred from that 20. Let me show you the bear market that scarred me. I know I have PTSD, like legit, like some PTSD from this. And I'll probably, like with Bitcoin and crypto, I'll probably sell all my cryptos way too early. I'm gonna remove all the drawings here. So right here, let me show you where I bought my first Bitcoin. No, not January. It was more like right around here. Yeah, right in here. I bought my first Bitcoin ever. And I thought I was a genius because look, it just kept going up and up and up. And so I thought this was going to happen forever. I had never been in markets before. And so I just thought I was going to continue on up. It did. It is. But this right here is where right around here is where I thought I was going to be rich forever. Yeah, right in here. It's like, dang. And now I know that when I get to that mindset or I see that, like, dang, like I have life-changing money now, like totally life-changing money. That's what I'm going to pull out. Like I make really good money now, really, really good, but there's still levels, And so when I hit that point, like I said, it'll probably be me selling early. Like I'm just because I might think that like this is the top, this type of thing will happen right before another strong impulse in crypto. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because this right here, I went through all this, and every time we bounced, I thought that was gonna continue happening. To see every dip just kept going up. We dipped, kept going up. So I thought every dip we would just we're just dipping, we're continuing upward every time for what was this 2 years? Kept doing that, and so yeah, so bad. So that gave me PTSD for sure. And I missed out on some really good buying opportunities because of that. And yeah, so I learned now. I know a lot now, and I'm super happy about that. Bought some at 19K last year. Good. Yeah, that's good. So let's see, 19, 2020. So you bought in like November, it looks like. So that's a good buy. Super good. Yeah, I bought back there, and then I lost a lot down here. So all through here, I lost a lot. But now I know. Oh, I overstand. How much one cost? Yeah, right now one Bitcoin is $57,590, and literally 1 year ago. Let's go to March 2020. Yeah, if you would have bought this day, March 12th, let's go to 18th. This day last year, you would have bought it about 553, 5400. So in 1 year, you would have 10x to your money. So 5Gs to 57. And we're going to go to 100K. Bitcoin will go to 100K this cycle for sure. So I don't have much Bitcoin now. I don't. I'm more in altcoins. I'm in those different things. Like I got a lot of Ethereum and stuff. I'm in those other things that I believe will go higher, that have a better return potential. So anyway, well, dang, I haven't gotten any other alerts. Nothing's moving. Nothing's looking good. I have some other things to get to. So I am. Oh, UJ, look at that bounce that we're getting now. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to bust through. So if you guys are going to continue trading, watch UJ. I would like to see a break above this 109.246 level, and then maybe retest it. But really, as soon as we bust through it, to me, that's, we're breaking that range that we've been in for a little while, and then we'll continue upward. It looks bullish. Totally looks like it will head up. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to head out. So if you guys have anything, if make sure you're in the group, please share to the group, ask questions in the group. So we'll keep it rolling. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next live stream, Tuesday for me, might be Wednesday for some other people, or Monday. So hey, blessings, much love. Talk soon. See you guys.